I'm Dr. DeBusk, and in this video, I'll discuss the various turf grasses that can be planted in Florida. To select the right grass, the following questions should be asked. What type of lawn is desired or expected, and what level of maintenance can be provided? The level of maintenance required is closely related to cost and time, with high maintenance turf costing the most and taking the most time to maintain. Homeowners should understand realistically what their options are and what each entails. What are the environmental conditions at the planting site? Most importantly, what are the soil type, pH, drainage, and other soil characteristics? Has it been compacted by construction activity? Does the site contain low fertility subsoils brought in for fill? Is the site irrigated? Can it be easily mowed? Is it shaded or in full sun? Will it be shaded in a few years? What is the quality and the expected quantity of the water available for irrigation? What pests are prevalent in the area? Are pest-resistant cultivars available? Reclaimed water can contain high levels of chloride, leading to salt accumulation in the soil. When planting or renovating a landscape, check with the reclaimed water provider regarding chloride levels, and if necessary, choose plants that are salt tolerant. Selecting the correct grass is critical to maintaining a lawn successfully. This table can help you choose the grass that is best suited to a particular customer, location, and use. Bahiagrass was introduced from Brazil in 1914. It was originally used as a pasture grass on the sandy soils of the southeastern United States. Additional varieties have been introduced since that time for use as lawn grasses. Bahiagrass is a low-maintenance lawn grass that does well with limited water and fertilizer inputs. Varieties currently available do not produce a carpet-like dense lawn like some other warm-season lawn grasses. Bahiagrass forms an extensive, deep root system. It sustains better than other grasses in infertile, sandy soils and does not require high inputs of water or fertilizer. This makes it a good choice for home sites, on large lots or acreage, or for anywhere that there is no irrigation system. It should be noted that during extended drought periods, Bahiagrass will go into a drought-induced dormancy and turn brown until conditions become favorable for regrowth. Bahiagrass can be found throughout the state, but prefers acidic soils. It does not form excessive thatch. It may be grown from seed, which is abundant and relatively inexpensive, but may take some time to germinate and provide cover. It may also be established from sod. If left unmowed, Bahiagrass can reseed itself from the seed heads that it produces, especially during the long days of summer. It has relatively few disease and insect problems. Bahiagrass forms tall, unsightly seed heads throughout the spring, summer, and fall months that many find objectionable. This necessitates regular mowing to keep the stalks from becoming too tall. The seed stems are tough and can wear out mower blades, requiring frequent sharpening. Bahiagrass has few insect problems, but is susceptible to mole crickets. It does not have a good tolerance for shade, traffic, or salt water. Bahiagrass grows in an open growth habit, which can result in weed encroachment into sparse areas. It has a coarse leaf texture and provides less cushioning for recreational areas than some other species. Bahiagrass does best in full sun. Bermudagrasses are among the most widely used warm-season grasses. Improved, fine-textured Bermudagrasses are used throughout the South on golf courses, athletic fields, and in high-profile residential and commercial landscapes where fine-textured, dense ground cover is desired. Because of the high maintenance requirements of the improved Bermudagrasses, however, they are not generally recommended for use as home lawn grass. Common Bermudagrass varieties are often found as pasture and roadside grasses. These coarse-leaved varieties do not provide the high quality, nor do they require the high maintenance of the fine-textured types. Bermudagrass produces a vigorous, medium-green, dense turf that is well adapted to most soils and climates found in Florida. Bermudagrass has excellent wear, drought, and salt tolerance. It establishes rapidly and is able to outcompete most weed species. It is readily available as sod or plugs, and some improved cultivars are available as seeded varieties. Improved Bermudagrasses require high levels of maintenance. They have poor tolerance of many insect disease and nematode pests, which limits their use in home lawn sites. They grow very aggressively from stolons and rhizomes and can rapidly invade flower and landscape beds. This aggressive growth also fosters thatch buildup. Bermudagrasses generally have poor to medium cold tolerance and relatively poor shade tolerance. Since Bermudagrasses perform best with higher levels of fertilizers and chemicals than other Florida lawn grasses, a professional lawn care company may best handle maintenance of this species. Centipedegrass was introduced into the United States from southeastern Asia in 1916. It is well adapted to the climate and soils of central and northern Florida and is the most common home lawn grass in the Florida Panhandle. There is now one cultivar adapted to South Florida conditions. Centipedegrass is a slow-growing grass with low fertility requirements when compared to other Florida lawn grasses. Centipedegrass grows close to the ground, is medium-textured, and is naturally lighter in color than other lawn grasses. Over-fertilizing with nitrogen to obtain an unnaturally dark green color reduces its cold tolerance, increases long-term maintenance problems, and is believed to contribute to centipedegrass decline, a disease complex that produces patches of dead turf in the spring. Centipedegrass does very well in acidic and infertile soils. It has fair shade tolerance and survives drought conditions by going dormant, which results in brown turf. It can be established from seed, sod, or plugs, and it spreads by its above-ground stolons. Maintenance and fertility requirements are low compared to other turf grasses. Centipedegrass is highly susceptible to damage from plant parasitic nematodes, especially ring nematodes, and the scale insect known as ground pearls. Historically, nematode damage limited the use of centipedegrass in South Florida's sandy soils. Most centipedegrass cultivars have a naturally pale yellow-green color and are prone to iron chlorosis, which yellows the blades. It has poor salt, wear, and freeze tolerance. Centipedegrass stolons have high lignin content and contribute to a heavy thatch layer, particularly when high nitrogen fertilization rates are applied. The grass is often subject to centipedegrass decline, a fungal disease. The decline is influenced by improper management practices, particularly high nitrogen fertility. Intensive management over a period of multiple years may result in root dieback in the spring. This root dieback then reduces shoot growth and results in the death of large patches of the lawn. This condition is aggravated by thatch accumulation, resulting in new stolons growing several inches above the soil surface. Management practices that encourage root growth include irrigating properly, maintaining a mowing height of 1.5 to 2.5 inches, preventing thatch accumulation, and ensuring low nitrogen fertility rates. Seashore Paspalum is native to tropical and subtropical regions worldwide and is thought to have been introduced into the U.S. through maritime travel. It grows naturally in coastal environments, often in brackish marsh water or in close proximity to ocean waters. It also grows in areas that receive extended periods of heavy rains and low light intensity. Its best growth occurs in response to warm temperatures and long day lengths. Seashore Paspalum produces a dense dark green turfgrass with relatively low fertility inputs. It's important that homeowners realize that Seashore Paspalum is not a miracle grass and that it will not perform better than currently available grasses in all environments. Although it has some good drought tolerance, it still requires water to remain green, just like any other turf grass. It does have characteristics that make it tolerant to a wide range of stresses, and it does have the ability to survive in harsh environmental conditions. Some of its stress tolerance advantages include excellent salt and wear tolerance, and tolerance to a wide pH range and extended periods of low light intensity. Some of its disadvantages include poor shade tolerance, requirement to mow frequently to avoid scalping, sensitivity to many herbicides, and a tendency to become thatchy. St. Augustine grass is widely adapted to the warm, humid regions of the world. It is believed to be native to the coastal regions of both the Gulf of Mexico and the Mediterranean. St. Augustine grass is the most commonly used lawn grass in Florida. St. Augustine grass produces a green to blue-green dense turf and is well adapted to most soils and climatic regions in Florida. It has relatively good salt tolerance, and certain cultivars have better shade tolerance than other warm season grass species. St. Augustine grass establishes quickly and easily and may be planted as sod, sprigs, or plugs. St. Augustine grass, like most turf grasses, have certain cultural and pest problems. It requires water to remain green and healthy and may require supplemental irrigation during extended dry periods. It has poor wear tolerance and does not hold up to repeated foot or vehicular traffic. It goes into winter dormancy in parts of the state and turns a brown or tan color until springtime. It produces thatch under high fertilization and irrigation regimes, which may become a health problem for the grass. It has coarse, wide leaves and stems and therefore does not grow as densely as some other species. The major insect pest of St. Augustine grass is the southern chinch bug, which can cause considerable damage if not treated. Some cultivars are also susceptible to diseases such as gray leaf spot, large patch, and take-all root rot. Chemical weed control can be challenging, particularly when trying to control persistent grassy weeds, for which there are few herbicide options for use on home lawns. Zoysiagrasses were introduced into the United States from Asia and provide attractive turf throughout much of the United States. In recent years, dramatic improvements in Zoysiagrass has been made by turfgrass breeders. These improvements include insect resistance, accelerated establishment, and overall performance. Zoysiagrasses are adapted to a variety of soil types and have good tolerance to shade, salt, and traffic. They provide an extremely dense sod that resists weed invasion, but certain pests can be problematic. Zoysiagrass maintenance is different from that of other Florida lawn grasses. When improper maintenance practices are followed, undesirable results are likely to occur. Proper soil preparation before grass planting is critical to ensure the establishment of quality turf. Preparation determines how quickly the lawn becomes established and its long-term maintenance requirements. The general guidelines for preparing to plant a lawn are as follows. Call 811 before you dig, or 1-800-432-4770, or www.callsunshine.com before installing any and/or all plant material. Clean and rough grade, remove debris, and level the area to make it suitable for mowing. Install irrigation. If you're including an irrigation system, install it prior to planting. Soil analysis. Determine soil pH and phosphorus and potassium concentrations. Contact your county's UF-IFAS Extension Office for more information on how to do this. Soil amendments. Add these prior to planting if you need to improve the soil's physical and chemical properties. Deep tillage. This loosens compacted soil and improves the establishment of turf. Tilling sand is unnecessary. Weed control. Uses non-selective herbicides such as glyphosate to aid in weed control before planting. Several applications may be necessary. Final grading. A final leveling makes mowing easier and safer. For more information, see Preparing to Plant a Florida Lawn, IFAS publication ENH 02.